poor wayfaring stranger. There are a couple of versions of this by Eva Cassidy, the electric band version, and then of course this acoustic version, just her and acoustic guitar. And there's lots of things to like about this version in particular, not least of all, of course, her fabulous voice that gives a unique treatment to this ancient song that's kind of been covered by everybody. But the thing I love as a guitarist and also as a guitar teacher is the way she takes the picking pattern and just sticks religiously to it. There's no kind of variations, embellishments, twiddly bits and other elements just for the sake of it. It creates a very pure and simple sound that fits very nicely underneath the vocal line. And once she's established that pattern, she really just stays like that for the whole song. So we're going to look at the picking pattern in a moment, but I'm going to sketch out the chords for the verse and the chorus first of all. I've got a capo on the 2nd fret, and there's a lot of A minor in this song. So let's just look at the verse. There's 8 bars for the verse, 4 lines of lyrics, so 2 lines each, and we get this to begin with. 2 bars of A minor with a single beat of G at the end of the first bar. I am a poor wayfaring stranger while journeying. Now it's 2 bars, bar of D minor and a bar of A minor, while journeying through this world of woe. Yet there's no sick. Now the 3rd line's exactly the same as the first line. 3 beats of A minor, 1 beat of G, and then a whole bar of A minor. Yet there's no sickness, toil or danger in that bright. And now it changes for the final line. 2 beats of D minor, 2 beats of E7, and a bar of A minor. In that bright land to which I go. And we're into the chorus. In fact, at the very end of that last bar, we get a beat of G. I'm going there to take us into the chorus, but we'll discuss that in more detail in a moment. So for now, let's just have the whole of the first verse. And as we do, let's look at a strumming style. This is actually what she does pretty much in the 3rd verse. She picks for the first 2 verses, but you could strum the whole thing. And this is what she does in the 3rd verse. She has this. So she's just picking the bass note, and even if you're not really finger picking yet, this is going to stand you in really good stead, knowing where the thumb needs to be, which string the bass note is on as you have a new chord. For A minor it's the 5th string, and for G it's the 6th string, for instance. For D minor, well, that's going to be the open 4th string, that's where the thumb's going to be. For the E7, it's going to be the 6th string, so it's worth bearing in mind, just learning those. Anyway, I'm going to pick and then strum. That's a single beat. And if you keep your hand nice and loose, as you pick and strum down, you're going to spring back and just catch the strings lightly with the back of the thumb. Creates a bit more texture. I am a poor wayfaring stranger while journeying through this world of woe. And there's no sickness, toil or danger in that bright land to which I go. Now we're into the chorus. So let's look at that briefly. As I say, there's a single beat of G that gets us into the chorus. I'm going there. We're playing a bar of F. That's an E-type bar chord, barred on the 1st fret for a bar, and then it's C for a bar. I'm going there to see my father. And again, a bar of F, but this time it's E7 with a bit of a twist. I'm going there, no more to roam. Right, a couple of things about this bar. First is that she actually starts with the finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string to make E7 sus4 before moving that note down to the usual player's first fret of the third string, and also that she just sits on that chord, she just strums it and leaves it for 2 beats. I'm going there, no more to roam. Okay, now bar of F again, and a bar of A minor, with that familiar last beat as a G chord. I'm only going over Jordan to, I'm only, and then 2 beats of F, 2 beats of E7 to A minor. I'm only going over home. It has an almost bluesy feel, doesn't it? All right, the whole of the chorus. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. Okay, that's first verse, chorus done. Second verse and chorus are exactly the same. Third verse and chorus, that third verse is actually strummed that way, and then we're pretty much done. All right, let's look at the picking. The picking pattern for this song is based on a straightforward Travis picking pattern. A couple of things to think about. The bass note, played with the thumb, always appears at the beginning of the pattern. That's a big feature of Travis picking. And the thumb moves from its normal bass note to another note. So we get this kind of idea. On an A minor, for instance, the thumb is moving from the 5th string to the 4th string, and we'll see why in a second. The other thing is that the first and second fingers sit on the 2nd and 3rd string. So my first finger's on the G string, second finger on the B string, the 2nd string like that, and they're going to alternate in turn with those thumb notes. The thumb is going to play the 5th string, second finger is going to play the 2nd string. And then we come up to the 4th string with the thumb, the D, and then we play the G string, the 3rd string, with the 1st finger. And you'll often hear these referred to as the outside pair and inside pair. Outside, inside. And that needs to just become a knack. That needs to kind of flow of its own accord. Otherwise, having to think about each of these, there's too much going on to do that, so that just becomes a knack. Eventually it'll be perfectly natural. You'll notice we're not using the top string. The top string in Travis picking is generally reserved for instrumental sections where we've got an extra note, a melody note maybe we want to include, and then the 3rd finger gets some action. But normally we don't play the top string and we don't use the 3rd finger. So the thumb is always going to play whatever the bass note is. For the chords C, it's exactly the same, the 5th string. But for the G, the thumb's going to come down to the 6th string. And the picking fingers are going to stay where they are. And that thumb is going to move up to the 4th string again. It always moves up to the string that's right next to the 1st finger. So normal bass note, 2nd string with the 2nd finger, now up to the 4th string with the thumb to be right next to the 1st finger on that 3rd string. Likewise for E7. And the F chord in the chorus, it's the same. It's based on an E shape, so 6, 2, 4, 3, and so on. Then the chord we haven't discussed is D minor, and here's where we need to think about things, because D minor uses the top 4 strings. So actually for D minor, the whole hand is just going to move up a string. So now it's going to be thumb on the 4th string, 2nd finger on the top string, thumb on the 3rd string, 1st finger on the 2nd string. So that's just a wholesale shift of the hand position from the middle 4 strings for A minor, for instance, to the top 4 strings for D minor. And you just want to, you know, as a guitar teacher, this song is a really good vehicle for introducing Travis picking because it kind of doesn't change. I mean, we're going to make a few tweaks to this in a moment, but this is a great way just to establish that basic pattern. Now, before we get to exactly what Eva Cassidy plays here on the guitar, we've got another couple of elements to think about. The first of those is alternating bass. So if you just go back to our strumming for a second, where we're picking the bass note and then strumming, there's a bar of A minor. That's very common in country and blues and folk styles to add a different bass note. This is aside from Travis picking. We're not talking about Travis picking now. This is just alternating bass. And the rule is you're going to play your normal bass note and then go to the next string down on the same fret. You'll see why I say on the same fret. So for instance, for A minor, we've got the open 5th string. So now we're going to alternate to the open 6th string. For D minor, open 4th string to open 5th string. Okay. For C, for instance, 3rd fret on the 5th string. This is why I say same fret. 3rd fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 6th string. So we would actually move that finger down. I've got a nice little video on basic alternating bass if you want to look at that, but this is the bare bones of it here. So that's a bit of alternating bass. If we try and incorporate the Travis picking pattern with that, again on A minor, here's our standard pattern, 5, 2, 4, 3. So on the 2nd and 4th beats, I'm going to move that thumb down to the 6th string. Okay, 5, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. For the G, we don't need to worry about it because we've only got one beat, so we're just going to play the basic pattern. For D minor, we're going to do just what we did for A minor, but everything up a string. So now, 4, 1, 3, 2, that's the strings, and the alternating bass moves to the 5th string. So it's 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2. For the C chord, as I say, we're going to move to the next string down on the same fret. 5, 2, 4, 3, just like A minor. 6, 2, 4, 3. Okay, that might sound like Simon & Garfunkel's The Boxer, for instance. I am just a poor boy, though my story is sad and... That's exactly what happens there. That's a very standard Travis picking pattern with alternating bass. Now the one we do have to look at is E7. At the moment we've got 6, 2, 4, 3 and we need an alternating bass. The alternating bass for E, or E7, E minor, any kind of E chord, is 6 to 5. So that's what we're going to do. 6, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. And you know, it's easy to say, but you just need to learn these. 6, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. Okay, and because an F chord is based on an E shape, 6, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. Of course, you can leave out this alternating bass if it just feels like one extra layer that's too much to get together. But that's how that works. So, recap. A minor, 5, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. D minor, 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2. C, 5, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. E7, 6, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. And F, 6, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. Okay, hopefully that's everything. Okay, Travis picking, done. Alternating bass underneath, done. That's fantastic. There's just one more little detail to make it exactly as Eva Cassidy did this. And of course, you're under no obligation to do it precisely as she did it. Do it how you want to do it. But if you want to know what she did here, it's this. That's the standard pattern, complete with alternating bass. Now, in fact, on the first beat, and again on the third beat, she misses out the second finger. We don't get that, we get this. Then, on the second and fourth beats where we have the alternating bass note, it does play. I am a poor, wayfaring stranger, while journeying through this world of woe. Yet there's no sickness, toil, nor danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. Okay. In verse 3, that's the final verse, and the chorus that follows, she reverts to strumming as we'd been doing, picking the bass note and then strumming in the second half of the beat. But of course she adds the alternating bass. So for A minor, it's open 5th to open 6th. For D minor, open 4th to open 5th, and so on. But she adds a detail in the bass over the A minor chords and in the D minor when there's a whole bar of D minor, second line of lyrics. She does this. Okay, she picks the alternating bass, that's the open for A minor, open 6th string, then hammers on with a little finger onto the 3rd fret of that string. I want to wear a crown of glory when I get home. And for D minor, everything just moves up a string. So now, open 4th string, the alternating bass note is open 5th, and we hammer on to the 3rd fret of the 5th string. When I get home to that good land, I want to shout salvation story in concert with. Now this time with the D minor, it's only 2 beats. Thankfully she just plays open 4th to open 5th, that's the alternating bass, in concert with the blood-washed land. I'm going there. And for the chorus, she just pick strums with the alternating bass. There to see my Savior. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going Now that brings us to the outro, and what happens in the outro is we just repeat that last phrase, but it's a little bit extended. So once we finish the chorus, we have I'm only going over home. And now for the outro, I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only single beat of G, and then it's a bar each of F7. We just pause on a chord. Go E7, E over A minor, home. And that's the end of the song. And before I forget, I should mention that the picking in the intro, it's just our standard A minor pattern for 2 bars. And on the 3rd beat of the 2nd bar, she just holds that open 5th string, bass note, and then we get into the verse. So it'd be like this. I am a poor wayfaring stranger. Okay, let's see if I can't play through the whole of the first verse and the final chorus, picked and strummed as I showed you just now, and I'll go into the outro and then we'll call it a day. I want to wear a crown of glory when I get home to that good land. I want to shout salvation's story in concert with the blood-washed band. I'm going there to see my Savior. I'm going there